So seasonality did play its part in the whole retracement that we experienced in September. We're just starting a new month, a lot of controversy. From one side, there's a little bit we have this idea that we have endangered the infrastructure bill. I don't think so. I think we just have to understand how politicians like to play a little bit of the game, but we still have to find those key levels where we may decide to come back as traders when we are trading for a living. Hey everyone, this is Coach JR on behalf of the Hawkeye Traders team. I want to welcome you to another session where I'm going to go over a few ideas that I have for you today. I will talk about the Hawkeye scanner. I will talk about a company that I like right now. There's a lot of discussion on the energy crunch. Oil is going back above $70. We might have 80, we might have 90. It doesn't matter. Just remember, at all time, you do want to trade the trend. That's the most important thing. And the trend is bullish for oil going into 2022. And at the same time, we're just going to look into what are the levels that you have to pay attention when trading the S&P 500. As usual, you can add these to the queues. Remember, if you have any questions about the Hawkeye Traders tools, please remember, just you can email our team and we'll be happy to answer it. Now let's jump to the charts and let's start with a company that I like. So right here, I do have the Hawkeye Trader scanner. And as I said before on my last video session, if there's nothing to trade, we don't have to trade. That's it. That's pretty simple. All right. Now we have 5 alerts. I want to look at APA. Electronic Arts, the video game company, have an eye on that one, and we have a little energy. Everything else is pretty much bearish or looking to be an opportunity to go short, rather than just trading on margin and go short shares. You remember you can always use a weekly put option or have a different strategy. Now, I'd like to talk to you today. Start with Marathon Oil Corporation. That's ticker MRO. So as usual, the methodology, if we look at what we want to see on Hawkeye, is I want everything to be aligned. Remember, you're trading for a living. You don't want anyone to call you a professional. It's not like, oh, I'm a professional trader. No, I do this for a living. Your attitude has to be different. And also the tools that you have to use, there's some value in free tools, but when you're trading for a living, every percentage that you can get in as an advantage will make the difference. That's why I use the Hawkeye Traders professional package, because I want to have all the tools. Now, my favorite tools, I repeat them all the time. Hawkeye, Trend plus Stops, and I want to have a sense of momentum, so I use the heat map. In this case, our methodology at Hawkeye Traders is to have everything aligned. Remember, every percentage will make a change in your bottom line. So we want to trade. If I want to buy, I want to make sure that all time frames are aligned, monthly, weekly, and daily. That's what we have. At the same time, I want to have Hawkeye Trends plus Stops in a position where I know I have a buy opportunity. Now, take a look at the monthly. Definitely, we have a pullback to this area, the $11 area, and now we're pushing last month of September. It's funny, right? The S&P gave back probably almost 200 points, 250 points. But now we know that MRO actually went up 16 points. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, if you look at the daily, absolutely pushing higher, data like, I'm looking for a breakout of the 14 figure. That's the round figure, $14. That will take me to $14.50 and eventually to $15 per share. Now, on the weekly, although the heat map, look at the heat map, bright green, daily, bright green, everything aligned, monthly, bright green, I'm in the direction of the trend. I do have the same pullback. It went into the second level of Hawkeye, Trends plus Stops. That's good. And now we are breaking up the bearish trend. And I like that, because if I were to judge what the stock is doing, it's just about to have this breakout right there. That's the bearish trend line coming from the high on June 2021 all the way to this breakout. So we are ready to fly. In that case, if we're ready to fly, my next level would absolutely be $19 per share. As I said before, you do know I use quote media. It's easy for you to pick up the next trade. But as usual, I'm not here to tease you. I'm here to show you how we use the tools where you must have your attention right now. You must have your attention on MRO. It's bullish. There's no question about it. Following the Hawkeye Traders methodology, that's what we know. Hawkeye Traders plus stop tells me I need to be in the trend. Even if I were to have a pullback to $12, I still want to be in this trend because it's bullish. So as usual, let me go ahead and share with you quote media, and let me give you an idea that I think will allow us to, if everything is aligned and the trend continues as it presents to us right now, we will take at least 100%, potentially 100% of your money, maybe even more. So MRO, see if I have it, marathon. Remember, you can always buy your call option, naked call option. I'm just going directional. Either you do in the money, you do out of the money, or you may want to do deep in the money, like Nancy Pelosi, right? So let's take a look at most active, see what we have there. Okay, most active. Wow, I like this one. This one has volume. It's just some sort of guidance, but it's not exactly SDF, what I use at my group, the Profit Flow Group community. We go for very subtle change in the flow in the U.S. options market, and that's what I call statistical disruptive flow, SDF. This is just a little bit of guidance where traders or investors, institutional investors, may be allocating risk. It's not a bad idea. I like it. It's January next year, plenty time for the stock to do what it has to do. The low, though, was 8 cents, so we're actually pretty nice up there. But I still think there's value. Volume today, 4,080 contracts. Open interest, 10,599 contracts. I want to play this one, and I think we should not pay more than 85 cents, okay? Pay no more than 85 cents, contract high 240. If you get filled at 85 cents, look to have your sell limit at $1.80 for you at least to bank on your money 100%. The stock to get there just to 17 will have to move at least 22%. If the stock moves up 22% at a good speed before January of next year, then we're looking to at least take home 100%. And that's what I love options. I love options because I can maximize this bull market. Yeah, I can take 22% per every $10,000 I invest. I will make $2,000. Or I can take risk less money if I want, $5,000 to make another $5,000 in profits. Take the other half, the other $5,000, and look for another opportunity that is bullish and do the same thing. Maybe I won't play one opportunity, I will play two more opportunities. So that's the idea for MRO. Everything is aligned. Hawkeye trend plus stops indicates we want to be in this trend. Even if we have a pullback to $12 per share, you want to be long this company. Now let's move to another one. Let's take a look at Electronic Arts. I'm a big fan of video games. I'm a big fan. And how do I know we have an opportunity? Simple. Because I have all time am getting the data from, at the end of the day, I get the data with all the tools aligned from the Hawkeye scanner. So I don't have to go out there and chase different sites and try to read every single piece of information. My technical tools, thanks to the Hawkeye Traders team, they give me everything at the end of the day. Hey, listen, this is based on the filters. This is where you have to look. And remember, sometimes you will have a lot to work on. Sometimes you still will be thinking like, oh my God, there's nothing, but that's fine. When you're trading for a living, you always have to go for the best of the best, and that's the case. So I think APA, I'm going to let it go. That will be the play with MRO, and I want to take a look at Electronic Arts. So this one, monthly, bullish. Look at what it did. Big dip at 126. That was last month. And then pushing up. the trend is up. That was a nice buy. That gave a lot of people that entered there. That was a 12% entry on the dip. Now let's take a look at the weekly, and then we'll take a look at the daily. EA, Electronic Arts. There you go. Oof, a little bit of red on the momentum. We cannot deny that's the case. Okay, so I will have to watch out for that one. And let me go for Electronic Arts on the daily chart. Well, the view so far is dark green, now bright green. Things are aligning themselves. And absolutely, there's a continuation, big dip at 124, 126. And now Hawkeye, look at this. Hawkeye trends plus stops, it's green, and that's good. That's our entry. I'm a little bit concerned yet that I don't have the momentum aligned. I will have to set this on our watch list. I have a very good trade on MRO, Marathon Oil, so I'm gonna wait on this one, but we are just about. I'm pretty sure we're just about. We probably need a break. I will say we need a break somewhere around 147. So what I want you to do is to set this one on your watch list, all right? Monthly, daily, we're just missing the weekly. Once we have momentum, all bright green, then we go in, all right? I think we have a play, and companies like Electronic Arts, they are not so much dependable on CDs or cassettes as it used to be in the world of video games. So they are not going to suffer that much, I will say, on the supply chain mess that we have so far. 10 years ago, maybe. I don't think anymore that's the case. So you're definitely looking for something that may be very nice, setting up. Something's brewing there. And again, I don't have to chase these ideas. These ideas come to me because I'm using the Hawkeye scanner. Let me take a look at the options if there's anything that may pop because of volume, and I may suggest you to take a look at something right away. Let's take a look. Most active options. Not much happening, really. Everything for October, I wouldn't touch those. Let me take a look at this, see what else we have. See if there's anything for December, October, December 17. That will give us plenty of time. Nothing huge. Okay, this one could potentially be one. Volume is almost non-existent, but I'm gonna take the one with open interest just to have a speculative play. All right. So I want to take this one, contract high. Excuse me, guys. Contract high, $5.60, low, $40. We're buying almost 200% from the low. I can live with that. I'm looking as well to look for a 50% to could be 100%. So let's take a look at this. If we want to get to 170, that means the stock has to do a 20%. So if I take the option, what I want to do is look for 50%. That's double what I can get on the shares. The only way for me to abandon the idea, if we have a breakdown at 134, prices will need to break down and stay under 134, then I will ditch the idea or just kill the trade. But I do see value in this one, absolutely. I can go for 50%. So pay no more if that's the case. The ask apparently is at 115. Look to pay no more than 130. And you can aim conservative to take at least 50%. Remember, again, it's just a way for you to maximize, use less capital. So if you take $10,000 or $5,000 and you're looking for 20%, what I will do then, which is $1,000 profit, what I will do then is take 2,500, right? Take 2,500, you look for 50% profit, that will give you $1,000 profit. If you traditional trade shares and you look for $10,000 worth of a position to look for 20%, which is $2,000, then sort of the same story. Don't use $10,000 in options, use $5,000. for example, to get a 50%. Or the other idea with this EA trade is that you can take $2,000 by $2,000, and then you look for 100%. So if you get filled, listen to this, if you get filled around 130, 140, then right away place your sell limit at 280. Remember, the contract high is 560, so we may have an opportunity. And do I think it's doable to have a 19 to 22% up in EA Electronics? Yes, of course. Video games are taking over. There's some rumors, not rumors, but actually there's evidence that Netflix is actually moving in that direction. They hired a guy, the guy that used to be working for Facebook. They hired him, and they're trying to sort of not compete, but they're trying to have more attention. Think about that. Everything that it entertains you, from TV, from HBO, from music, from apps, from games, that takes you time for actually watching or be inside the ecosystem of Netflix. So EA is a company that they have a few brands that they can work with. And absolutely, I think they still have more to squeeze to the upside. I think the amount of hours that people consume in video games is just going to keep increasing in the US and outside the US as we demand more content. So there you go, guys. Two great ideas. Just remember one little thing. The heat map is, I think this is like dark red. I'm not sure. I think it's bright red. But because I have a roadkill entry back on September 30, if any pullback, I will be looking to buy this one. And absolutely, I will say in a week or two, we will definitely have this weekly chart. Heat map will be green. Remember, you're looking to trade, be a trader that you're doing this for a living. Every percentage that can give you an advantage, you want to take it. So I wish you a happy weekend. 2 ideas, 2 setups, 2 descriptions, following the tools that I'm using to nail up to $10,000 in one single day. Sometimes I go for $10,000 in a week. That's fine. But the most important is the tools you use. They will give you that edge. I will come back next week as usual. More information, more ideas. But remember, you need to suit up yourself like Iron Man. That's what it is. So go to the description of this video. There's right there. Exactly. That's the link. You see it? Perfect. Click on that link. Pick the tools and start changing your life as a trader. I don't want you to be a professional. I want you to put food on the table, achieve your financial goals, and take care of yourself and your family. I wish you a happy weekend, and I see you next week. Until then, take care. Ciao, ciao.